دستور يا سيدي مدد. طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجمعية. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. We are a big servant to Allah Almighty. We are nothing. We are only something which Allah Almighty created us and appear us in this life to thank Allah Almighty, and Allah sending for us most beloved to Him, to be guiding us to the right way, leading to heavenly stations, to be spiritual one, to be a real one, blessed by our realities, and to be ones who are connected with the divine presence of Allah Almighty, and to be related to our sources from where we came. Not to be so busy in this worldly, materialistic life, giving all our time to it and filling all our desires by the entertainment of this life. Then all at a sudden we see every one of us, the angel of death coming and picking up and taking him. What benefit coming to him? We say, I do my best to build up this life, I do my best to make something that the other generation will be continuing. Everything thinks that he is doing something good for this life of a human being. Even he didn't finish it, but he started, so it will be completed by the new generation. But no one is realizing that Allah Almighty is going to stop all these, whatever they are doing by day of judgment, and to finish all this earth and whatever built on it. Allah is going to make it to be no more existing, and nothing on it is existing. Neither mankind, neither malaika, neither jinn, neither buildings, neither plants, nothing is going to be. Or they are going to be finished by Allah Almighty, and only Allah Almighty will make it all totally sand. No more oceans, no more rivers, no more valleys, no more mountains, no more trees. All it will be sand, totally like moon now, sun, all totally sand. And Allah will announce, talk to all whom they are under the sand, under the ground. To whom the kingdom today? لمن الملك اليوم? To whom the kingdom today? To you. You built, you did your best to build. What happened? What you took with you? You left everything and you came to me empty handed. The kingdom is to me. If I want, I will rebuild it again and survive. And if I want, I will keep it and survive. If I want, I can by make it to be much more decorated and well built than what you did. What you did? You are doing all things which Shaitan likes. Never you are doing what Allah Almighty likes. And even though the people, they try their best to please Shaitan, and no one is trying to please Allah Almighty. All of them, they inherit proudness of Shaitan, and no one inherit humbleness of Rasulullah and all prophets. No one of the creation inheriting from prophets, from Siddiqs, from pious religious one. All they are inheriting all satanic behavior from Shaitan, from Satan, from all his followers, from his tools which he was using on us, like our egos, our desires, our hawa, our thoughts, to make us all to lose the akhirah. And the one who loses the akhirah, then Allah Almighty in the day of judgment, when Allah will survive this earth and survive everyone, and He make it again to be like before, like a springtime, all full with flowers and trees and oceans and rivers. And everyone will see the sun change to be light, but he will see up in the heavens, the paradises, which cannot be imagined. Even all kind of technology cannot reach to make a one tiny point of a paradise of Allah Almighty. And they are prevented to enter paradises. All of them, they will be queue to hell, to Jahannam, because they pleased Shaitan and they unpleased Allah Almighty. While the one whom in this life were dressed by good behavior, by humbleness, by doing their best to please Allah Almighty, please Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to please all the prophets, to please what Allah likes and what Rasulullah likes, they will be crowded and in queue entering to paradises, and forever they will get all the desires and happiness which never was given to them or to anyone in this life. People, they think they are happy, but it goes all around the world. Even the rich one, the most rich one, the most rich one, the most well popular one, always they are under burden, a conflict, fight inside their chest going on, not happy, all depressed, all they are under stress, or for what they don't know, but they are not happy. Even they have billions and billions of money, they have billions and billions of buildings, they have billions and billions of casinos and all kind of hotels, but they are not happy. Why they are not happy? Why they are not happy? Why not? But I am not happy. I am stressed. And all of them, then they will be ended by what? They will leave all these billions, all these hotels, all these casinos, and they will be facing the angel of death. They will be facing the angel of death. They are facing something which they cannot resist or say, no, we don't want. He will flap them and firstly will take the soul, and they will be thrown in a hole in the earth. What there is in this hole in this earth? To a blind one, it is a hole where the body will be demolished and finished. While in fact it is the door of Akhirah. It's the first door of you to the other divine, the word of Allah Almighty. The door of Akhirah, the door of the second life. The grave is the door. Either this door will be opened for you to paradises, or this door will be opened for you to hell and Jahannam. According to what you were in this life, pleasing Allah Almighty or unpleasing Allah Almighty. Not every worshipper is pleasing Allah Almighty. Not everyone doing his best in praying or fasting or donating is pleasing Allah Almighty. And Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ, that everyone Allah will reward him and give him according to his intention, to his niyyah. Because the niyyah, the intention, no one can know your intention except you and Allah Almighty. It's between you and Allah Almighty. But whatever you do is, and all your deeds, if it is worshipping, everyone seeing you are praying, fasting, donating, to be so well famous, and then Allah will tell you all what you did to be famous and to say people that you are generous. I am not accepting. If your intention is pure to Allah Almighty and you are making everything not anyone to know except Allah Almighty, Allah then reward you according to your intention. If you pray for the sake of Allah Almighty, not for people to say that you are a good one, then this prayer will be going to Allah Almighty. If you fast to Allah Almighty and your fasting, no one knows about it except between you and Allah Almighty, then it will go to Allah Almighty. And like this, the one who make everything, all his deeds to be sincere, no poison it by his ego. Can you worship Allah Almighty without yourself? Can you worship Allah Almighty without your ego to interfere? You cannot, because the ego and ourself is a second body in us. Whatever we are doing, sharing together. As if someone bring for you a very nice dish or a plate full with food, with rice, with meat, with all kinds of nuts over it, then you put some poison over it, and you tell you eat. You will eat. Anyone can eat. It's poison. The same, all our deeds, when entering with in ourselves and our egos practicing it. Even so very nice, very good, but it is poison, and the malaika never rising it to Allah Almighty. And for this everyone, according to his niyyah, Allah reward him. And according how he will be acting if he's praying and saying, oh Allah Almighty, this prayer is not good to be presented to you, and I'm asking shafa'ah of Rasulullah to make shafa'ah for me for this prayer, to change it from a bad prayer to a good prayer, then it will be accepted by Allah Almighty. The malaika will take it up. The same for fasting, the same for zikrullah azza wa jalla. But the one who say, I pray, I fast, I go to Hajj, I make zikr, all they will be cursed by Allah Almighty. Allah in need for our prayers, Allah in need for our fasting, Allah in need for our donation. Allah is the richest. Inna Allah ghaniyyun hamid. And for this Allah Almighty only testing His creation is if they are sincere in their intention to Him or not. In sincerity and intention to show Allah Almighty that you love all humankind, all human beings, without looking at their religions, to respect all human beings, all creation of Allah Almighty, all animals of Allah Almighty, all plants, anything Allah created, to respect it, to see that Allah Almighty created it, and you respect Him for the sake of Allah Almighty. When your intention is sincere with Allah Almighty, then you respect everything. You see Allah Almighty with everything. You see everything is created from the light of Allah Almighty, and I must respect it. You will not see yourself that you are better than these whom they are not praying. You will not see yourself better than whom they are in coffee houses. You will not see yourself better than whom they are in the bad way. But you will try your best, oh Allah Almighty, make out my prayers and make fasting and donation to be shared with these people, to send for them hidayah and guidance to bring them for your way, Ya Allah. You give whatever you gain from Allah Almighty to the ones whom they are poor, not the poor one of money is the poor, but the one who is never praying, never worshipping Allah Almighty. He is in the way of shaitan all the time. This is the poor one. If you donate to him, Allah saying in the Holy Quran, ordering all these rich, not rich in money, but rich in the good deeds, in the good intention, in the worshipping. Allah was telling them, وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ مِسْكِينًا وَيَتِيمًا وَأَسِيرًا. They give whatever they gain from their worshipping to feed these people whom they miss the way. Even they have billions, but they are missing the way of Allah Almighty. They are bankrupt totally, because the money, they don't have money of Akhirah to save themselves. Money of this life cannot save you in Akhirah. Whatever you collect from here, you are going to leave here and to go empty handed. There Allah will tell you by what you are coming to me. What to tell you? But by you are rich, by money, by engineering, by law, certificate, by PhD, all this will not work. What will work? Work your good intention, your good respect to creation of Allah Almighty, your sincerity to Allah Almighty and to the creation, sincerity and respect for His prophets and the Ahlul Bayt al-Nabi and Sahaba of Rasulullah and Awliya Allah Azza wa Jal. But the one who coming to Allah Almighty and seeing himself that he used to pray, I used to pray for you, I used to fast for you, I used to go to Hajj for you, I used to do Umrah for you, I used to do so, I used to do so. Allah will tell him, I am in need for all this. All this is the benefit of it coming to you. I am not in need for anything. Why you are now telling me something which I know? By what you come to me? By what you serve me, my servant? By what you serve Allah Almighty? And Allah Almighty asking Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, Ya Musa, I make you to be Kalimullah, I talk with you. And I make you a prophet. I make you a Rasul. I make you a Kalim. I make you to be well respected by all creation. Heavenly creation, earthly creation. What you did for me? And Sayyidina Musa was surprised. He said, I give you a message. I pray. I fast to you. All this for yourself, Ya Musa. You are gaining. Every goodness, I am rewarding you by 10 times. What you did for me, by what you served me. And Sayyidina Musa was so scared by what we can serve Allah Almighty. Allah is serving us. Anyone serve Allah Almighty? Allah is serving us. Then Allah Almighty to Musa, he asked, oh, Ya Allah, teach me how to serve you and I will do. He told him, Ya Musa, when you serve my creation, when you serve the one who in need for something and he cannot get it, then you are serving me. Because I make people to be in need to each other, and I give this one to serve the other one, not to put in the banks and to keep in his pockets, not to say this is for me. If anyone needs a stick, don't say it's my stick, I cannot give it to you, but to share it with him. Your dress, to share it with the one who has no dress. Everything you have to share them, not you are dressing, you are dressing, but you have how much dress in the house, 2, 3, 4. Share them with the poor. Allah will tell you, you share anything, you donate anything in your life, what you donate. If you want to donate a penny, your hand will be making like this, shivering from the stingy of the one. Never one is so generous to give with happiness. That forcefully is giving if you want to give. And his hand will be shivering, not happy that he is donating. And like this, Allah Almighty, he said to Musa, when you serve my people, then you are serving me. I will serve them. I will serve them. Let us see. Then Allah Almighty finished talking to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam towards enough. Sayyidina Musa returned to his place, and Allah Almighty worshipped him. Allah programmed it, Allah doing it, Allah knows whatever it is. Then, for some reason, after several days, until Musa forget all what Allah advised him, totally, his neighbor is a 90 years old kafir priest, a godless, always cursing Sayyidina Musa, always cursing the believers. He was in need for a hammer. He has something to hammer it in his house. So he said, I will go to my neighbor. He didn't say to prophet, but to my neighbor, as neighborhood. And he knocked at the door. Who? I am your neighbor. Sayyidina Musa opened, he saw this priest. You kafir priest coming to me. You don't know that I am prophet of Allah Almighty. I am the first mu'min, I am the first believer in Allah Almighty, and you are the lowest kafir coming to me. What do you want? He told, no, I need a hammer. I still have something to hammer it in my house. He said, I will not help a kafir. Go out! And he closed, shut the door. Directly, in that moment, Allah told him, what we have an agreement between each other, Ya Musa. Then I told you to serve my people. This 90 years old priest, godless, kafir, always cursing me, always doing badly to me, making people to run away from me. Even though I am giving him food, I am giving him dress, I am giving him pureness. I am not saying that he is kafir, I will not give him. He came to you, he need a hammer. You didn't let any insult word except you showered him, and then you shut the door in his face and you kicked him out. This agreement between us, or you said you promised me to serve my people, is not from my people. Didn't I created him? 90 years I am serving him. I am not saying you are kafir. You 1 second you told him kafir and you shut. Oh Allah, by my own almightiness, if you don't follow him and apologize from him, and he forgive you and to give him what he asked, I will keep you out of prophecy. See the balance of Allah Almighty. Then Sayyidina Musa was very huge body, tall body, so he was running, and this priest took him to talk with Allah Almighty several minutes. This priest was hundreds meters far away from Sayyidina Musa, and Sayyidina Musa running with the hammer behind him. Oh neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. And this neighbor not even turning his face to Sayyidina Musa until he reached to him, he catch him. Come, come, this is the hammer, please, accept it from me. And Sayyidina Musa sweating, all his body water, because huge body, when he ran, Sayyidina Musa with his, all his majesty of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, he was sweating so much because dressing in Sunnah, so plenty of clothes on him. So the neighbor, this priest told him, what happened? I came to your door, you were in condition. There was no condition. Yeah, you were very comfort, happy with your underwear dresses, sitting in your house, and asked the hammer, and you kicked me out. You say you'll never help a kafir. What happened that now you dress well, as if you are going to be in between the hand of Allah Almighty in the temple praying the children of Israel, and running after me, tell me I am apologizing, please accept the apologize, and I am very sorry, and forgive me, and this is the hammer. What happened? What has changed? I will not take the hammer until I know the wisdom of this. Why you are running after me? He told them the story how Allah Almighty scolding him, and what was the promise between Sayyidina Musa and Allah Almighty, that to serve his people, and how he was scolding, insulting this priest and shutting the door in his face, and Allah didn't like it, and then Allah telling him, if he will not forgive you and give what he want, I will kick you out of us. Then the priest he told them, this area God of you, and I say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Musa Rasulullah. He converted to Islam, this priest, and all whom they were following him, thousands of godless young ones and adults or women and men, all they converted, and they were behind Sayyidina Musa, believing in Allah. Then Allah calling you, you see, Ya Musa, when you are polite, when you are good behavior, when you serve a one, even he is a bad one, how he will be changed to goodness, how he will bring people to me, and all now they are believing in me. Like this, Allah Almighty, He likes the one who serve Allah Almighty, the one who serve the servants of Allah Almighty. There was once upon a time, Maulana say, in the old time, there was a bad woman, a whore. And she was always well known that all the people of her village, they kicked her out of the village and threw her outside the village in this desert alone. So poor under the sun, she was thirsty. She found a well, and she was taking her shoes and drinking water and drinking, because the water is a little bit dark. While she is doing it, Allah sending a dog. And this animal dog was also thirsty and not able to come and take water. Therefore she stopped drinking water. She took the shoes of her, filling water, giving the dog. Filling water, giving the dog. Giving water, giving the dog. Even the dog is, Allah saying, is impure, and Allah saying, don't put a dog in your house, malaika will not enter. You can keep the dog in the garden, you can keep him for hunting, it's okay, but inside the house don't put him. Like this, malaika will not come. This was giving water until he said this dog in his heart, Alhamdulillah, I am, oh Allah Almighty, thankful to you and thankful to this woman which made me to drink. All at a sudden this woman died. And when she died, the malaika washed her, buried her, and all the village, they saw in the dream that his whore. Allah building for her a huge palace in neighborhood to him, and she is in Jannah. They were so surprised. They went to tell the Prophet, And they told him the story that all of the village seemed like this. What happened? Then this prophet was asking Allah Almighty, what the story? And Allah telling him that by serving this animal, this dog, is a dog, has nothing, has no the privilege of a human being or mankind, but she is serving him. She didn't say his dog, I will not serve him. She gave him water, I accept her, and I send hidayah for her, and I make her to repent, and I change her from badness to goodness, and upgrade her to be an awliya to me. And I build for her a neighborhood palace to me. Like this, Allah Almighty, even if you serve an animal, if you serve a non-Muslim or a believer or a non-believer, if you serve anyone of a human being who is in need to be served, Allah will be thanking you. Allah saying, I will be thanking the one who will serve the people, my people, for my sake, with good intention. Not to serve them to be famous. Now plenty of the people, they search where there is poor or like this, they serve them to say that these people, they are so generous, mashallah, much generous, he helping people, giving them food, and they taking picture for him. Why? To put in the magazines and journals that he's very rich, people. Allah is, you think Allah is helping and he counted for him? Allah will look at the intention. If you serve an animal without no one to know with sincere intention, if you serve a non-believer with sincere intention, Allah will be loving you much more than all what you are praying in your life. All what you are praying is going to be, you will be questioned for all this worshipping. But serving human being to each other, you will be saved from Jahannam. You will be entering like this whole paradises, and like this, like Sayyidina Musa, when he served this priest, he make him, by serving him, to be changed from kufr to iman. And for this, now we are in holy months, go search whom they are need to be helped, help them. Search for whom they are in need to be miskin, poor one, to give them. Whom they are in the hand of shaitan, whom they are, even they are rich but in the hand of shaitan. Go and bring them to Allah Almighty. Go to coffee houses, go to all these places where the people and the young ones turning their back to Allah Almighty, and advise, bring them to Allah Almighty by good words. Go and serve the ones whom they are orphans, no father or mother, which means not only orphans from the physical father and mother, but whom they have no relation or connection with Allah Almighty and with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To bring them, they are orphans. Bring them to be connected to Allah Almighty and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The one who do like this, Allah will upgrade him if he has worshipping or if doesn't have worshipping, to be an awliya. Awliya is something and worshipping is something else. Allah in all the Holy Quran, what never mentioning about that He is so appreciated worshipper. Allah never saying I am appreciated worshipper. He didn't say Inna al-abid, worshipper mean abid. He didn't say one ayat about abid. Never. All the ayat, Allah Almighty saying, Inna lil-muttaqeena mafaza. Inna al-muttaqeena fi maq'ad sidqin inda malikin muqtadir. Always Allah praising and dressing the high maqams to whom they are dressed by taqwa, by sincerity, facing Allah Almighty all the time, facing Him as if Allah is facing them. They are always connected with Allah Almighty, seeing Allah Almighty watching them, doing everything which please Allah Almighty. And they search how to please Allah Almighty by serving His creations, these ones whom Allah Almighty loves and elevate them. And led them by the high ranks and make them awliya. Why? How the awliya reach to maqam of wilayah? A big imam in our golden chain called Sayyidina Ubaydullah al-Ahrar, Qaddasallahu, he used to go from his house to his zawiyah, alone all of his Maurice, and they want to cross the road to reach to Zawiya walking. If he saw an ant on walking, he will stop with other, waiting to cross. If he saw a dog, he will wait. He will cross. He saw a cat. If he saw a snake, if he saw a scorpion, any kind of animals, even wild animal to be killed, he will stand with other participants until they cross, turn their way, then he continues with, not to harm them and to feel that feel them that he wants to attack them. But he will make himself as if not available so that they won't be scared or worried. By this good adab, Allah gave him to be Imam in the golden chain in the Naqshbandi. He gave him the maqam of Imamiyya, Mawlana Nasir. And like this, everyone who try to be sincere in his intention with Allah Almighty, to be sincere in his intention with the human being, to be sincere with all creation, Allah will be sincere with him. Rasulullah will be sincere with him. But the one who inside himself always showing proudness, and he is better than all people, he is better than all, for example, Murid of Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, if you see yourself better than all of them because you are a deputy or a Khalid or something important, if you see yourself better than all of them, if one who prays see himself by his praying that he is better than the people whom they are not praying, the one who go to Umrah or Hajj, will see himself is something important because he is a Hajji. The one who donate, he is see himself well famous because he's donating. Allah Almighty, instead to reward them by, which cannot be imagined from generosity of Allah Almighty, He will reward them for every goodness by a goodness or 10 times, but never they will get حق الحياة وحياة أبد. Never will they will get the eternal life. Never they will get to be just by life from Allah Almighty and Rasulullah forever, but they will be like common people, and when they die they will be finished in their day, and like this will be finished. Be careful, small points, small things make you to be reaching high maqams, and small things make you to be reaching lowest maqam. The one who dresses all his time himself by humbleness, the one who dresses himself all the time to see all people better than him, all creation better than him, and he do well in worshipping, and he is the best in worshipping, but seeing that he is the worst, because this worshipping by his ego never is good to be presented to Allah Almighty. Allah will change it, and Rasulullah will change it to goodness and be accepted by Allah Almighty. The one who show Allah Almighty humbleness, and he is humble to all creation, and he doesn't look that he did something good in his life, and all his life doing good, but seeing that this is not enough, and showing humbleness to everyone, this one Allah will upgrade him and bless him by light of wilayah. Like this, the awliya reach maqam of wilayah. When they used to be progressing in this way of humbleness, Allah choosing them and employing them in His divine kingdom, in His divine government. The awliya, all mu'mins, all real believers, sincere when they are awliya. But the awliya, 124,000 awliya, they are employed in the divine presence of Allah Almighty to assist Rasulullah, assistant of Rasulullah, in serving all creations. Because all creations, Rasulullah is the Lord of them. He said, I am the Lord of all creation and children of Adam alayhi salam and no God. May Allah forgive us and mercy us and make month of Ramadan to accept us, not to be complained from us, from our badness, from our insincerity, from our proudness, from our rude manners, and Allah bless us by politeness and sincerity and humbleness from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and from Sahaba of Rasulullah and from our. And for this, the Sahaba, they don't speak English, they don't speak French, they don't speak Italian, they don't speak Chinese, they don't speak Far East language. They don't speak all this language, but they open from east to west until they reach to China and spread Islam without killing anyone, only the people seeing them, good behavior, good manners, humble, all as if they are ones whom only Allah created them to put everyone on their head and to serve the people, even if they want to eat, and so one who is not eating, they take from their mouth and to give him. Like this. They were all people enter into Islam without any advice from them, also, because they don't know language. Only their language is the Arabic tongue and the Holy Quran. And they recite Holy Quran, and from their nice voice of reciting, from the tajalli which one they recite, all people they follow him and all they converted to Islam. And you see that Islam entered to Europe, to China, to East, to West, Sri Lanka, to Far East, all Islam entering by what? By the politeness and humbleness of whom they spread the Islam in these countries. Not by nowadays manner of the people. By nowadays manner of the people, what they said, you know what they are saying? They said, we went to Europe and to America, we saw Islam, but we didn't find one Muslim. Or vice versa, they saw that they all people Muslims but no Islam. In America, in Europe, in all the non-Muslim countries, all they are Muslims but no Islam. Because they don't say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. All of them, they have the manner, the behavior, the help of people to each other, the humbleness, the politeness of the Sahaba and of the Muslims, which Rasulullah said Muslims to be dressed by them. And we came to the Muslims countries, all we saw it's full with Islam, all saying La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, but there is no Muslims. We didn't find one Muslim, because all of them they dressed by satanic and westernizing themselves, dressed by satanic manners and badness and proudness and famousity, and seeing themselves so well better than all the people, and they are, and all the other no one existing, Jannah for them and Jahannam for all the other. And like this they deal with people, and so they say, we find in these countries, Saudi Arabia or Gulf area or Middle East area or else Islamic countries, we find Islam, that there is Islam but there is no Muslims, because all the Muslims, they are not well behaved by Islam. All their manners is like godless one of the ancient time, who used to kill, who used to revenge, whom used to make all kind of badness to each other, jealous from each other, hasad, black magic to each other, no one respecting the other, while the Western countries and America, they saw in them all, they are polite with each other, they respect each other, and they are good with each other. Look, Muslims, how they are killing each other in the Islamic world. You find one Jew killing another Jew. You find one Christian killing another Christian. You found one, a godless one, killing another one godless one. Never, or perhaps a few. While the Muslims, all of them, even families, brothers and sisters, killing each other. All the Muslims were attacking each other, fighting each other, insulting each other, killing each other, making parties and parties to and announcing wars, bombing each other. They are Muslims. How you kill a Muslim? And Rasulullah say, anyone kill a Muslim, Jahannam for him. Without any questioning, even his worshipper and worshipping and whatever he is doing. The one who kill a Muslim, Jahannam without a question. And whatever he do, he will not consider. And now we see all the Muslims work, they are killing each other. This is the advice of Rasulullah. This is the teaching of Rasulullah. This is the teaching of Sahaba. This is the teaching of Awliya. This is the teaching of the Mazhabs. This is the teaching of Prophets. Teaching of Sealed of Prophet. This is the teaching of Allah Almighty. May Allah forgive us and mercy us and change us to goodness and send hidayah to us and to all the Muslim world to be all loving each other, respecting each other. And this will be in time of Imam Sahib al-Zaman. For this all awliya, all the prayers and munajat that Allah sent Sahib al-Zaman Sayyidina al-Mahdi alayhi salam. Otherwise too difficult to be changed. The Muslim world. Allah, 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 Aziz, Allah, 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 Kareem, Allah, 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 Subhanallah, Allah, 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 Sultan Allah. You are Sultan Allah Almighty, and you weakest servant. Bless us by humbleness, by sincerity, by love to you Allah Almighty, love to Rasulullah, love to Al-Baytullah, to Sahaba, to Awliyaullah. Bless us by life from Rasulullah, divinely guided lifetime. Make us to be in the right way. Correct our intention, correct our thinking, correct our hearts, make us to be in the way and the path of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the Sahaba and Awliyaullah. Muhammad al-Habib, Muhammad al-Fatih. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Nabi al-Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Nabi al-Ummi wa ala آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى وصحبه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد. إلى شرف النبي سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وصحبه حضرت أستاذنا أستاذ الإسلام صدري أمواتنا أموات المسلمين وأسماء ولي الله تعالى الفاتحة. السلام عليكم
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.